That mother trucker is not real. You remember our baby doll, Tiffany Gomas, who allegedly saw something at the back of a plane and she refuses to talk about it. A lot of people allege it's probably some sort of reptilian, lizard, chameleon stuff that she saw. She was spoken to by the FBI, basically said to shut your mouth. She's taken to a house. I've got a cracker episode here for you today. Let's go and check out Josh's clip now.
And a lot of people are curious what exactly you saw, because you know you alluded to what you saw, but like we just want to know, like, you know, what did you see?
I mean, thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Bit weird.
Are you going to, like, you know, have a full kind of interview somewhere, or like what's going on? What's the deal? What's the plan on?
The rate it's going, I feel like it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
So yes, there's some things in the works, mostly nonprofit charity stuff. But I've been trying to like lay low for the most part, but reporters wouldn't let that happen. So
yeah. Well,
like I was somewhat strong-armed into speaking, and now here we are.
Well, I do want to know. Like, I mean, you won't say to me what you saw right now.
Yeah.
You can't. I'll ride this guy here too. Yeah. Well, but what about, like, what was the reason that you wanted to get off so bad?
Again, can't speak on that right now, but I was distressed and I was getting off the plane no matter what. I just probably didn't need to make the scene that I made. Right. But I was getting off that plane, for sure.
Right, and you stand by that, like, 100%, even now?
100%.
So she's saying, like, you can see there, she's saying, I can't talk about it. I can't tell you, which is, like, very strange in itself. But then at the very end, she's going, oh yeah, I was getting off that plane. Like, she still feels the same way. She's glad she got off that plane. But nothing's changed, right? And she says in the middle that she's potentially going to be speaking soon about it on a podcast. And when I was looking for these clips, I actually found her on a podcast. And she said it was just a figure of speech. No, it was nothing. It was just a figure of speech, which is, like, hilarious, right? That's why I didn't even bother showing you the clip, because I'm not going to play. It's like, it's so clearly bullshit to me that I'm not even going to platform it.
So, very, very strange stuff. What did she see? Funny, everyone's like, you had to have seen a reptilian. You had to have seen something shapeshift into a reptilian there. Like, what else would make you get off that plane, man? It has to be that. There's nothing else. Wild, man. That's just what. So, yeah. Tiffany Gomas, remember? She's not allowed to say. By the way, friends, you know this is true. Do you know when I think she got off the plane, they escorted her. She got taken to an FBI house for interviewing. And it was right next to the airport. Yep, and that was where I believe she was recording. She did an update video to the world to let him know, oh, I'm still okay, I'm still alive and stuff. And it was from, yeah, and it's an FBI house. It's like it's an empty house. So, yeah, she probably got sat down. You never know, man. We don't know what she saw. But, man, if it was reptilian lizard people, if she saw something shape-shifting, you know, like, I've got more cracker videos coming here for you, but like, look at this, right? You check it out. Shape-shifting stuff. Look at this guy's eyes. Look at this guy's eyes. There's many more of that as well, friends. There's that clip from Barrack Obama and his speech. The one that YouTube has shadow banned. This is the video. I've got the video here. So I put this picture here. This is literally this was in Israel. This was taken by a secondary news channel. So the main broadcasting news channel did not have this angle. And this dude, he's literally shape-shifting on camera. His ears disappear and you see that. It looks like the typical reptilian guy. Yeah. Obama's reptilian Secret Service spotted. This video shadow banned. Okay, look, it's got 3.3 million views now. Yeah, you can't find it unless you have to copy-paste the whole thing. I've got the full video. I've spoken about it a lot. I've got the video here. If we actually go on through, it's on YouTube now. So this is Barack Obama's speech. He's given a speech in Israel, and the Secret Service
stood before you and said that Israel's security is sacrosanct.
This guy's head.
It is non-negotiable. That belief has guided my actions as president.
So he's swaying.
Even though at first sight he looks just like the average sea.
And by the way, he's got the 3. It's so weird, man. He's literally got a reptilian head. He's literally got the 3 specs. I'll show you the reptilian humanoid head sketch. I could show you this. They some of these are actually reports. This is what people have seen. UFO stuff. That's what they see. What they see. It looks like that. That's funny, man. But by the way, friends, yeah, if you're curious, some scientists have shown stuff. They go, look, on other planets, there could just be timelines where the dinosaurs never get wiped out. And so the dinosaurs get, maybe as the oxygen level gets lower in the atmosphere, because remember, that's how dinosaurs were huge. Oxygen was very big, large amount. As the oxygen levels go down, maybe there's no like apes like us, monkeys. Ooh, maybe they just stay like lizard people. They just stay lizards. And then they develop the brain and stuff out here. So that's another thing, because there's life forms everywhere. And there's bugs. As we know, Jeremy Allaire, the Circle CEO, he's definitely a caterpillar bug, right? Like I said, you walk into his office, there's no chair, there's no table, it's just a plant, and you're looking around for him. You've got to look under the leaves, and you just find this little caterpillar going, he's just eating away the leaves. Okay, he's a literal full-on bug. Now, this is the video, right, where we go on through. This is literally shadow banned, friends, and he literally shapeshifts on video. Look at this. Where are your ears, sir?
Disregard all the distortions and image artifacts caused by
Where are your ears, sir? Where is your nose? Hello?
cheekbone, jaw and mouth are no longer looking human at all. Matter of fact, now he has a
My gosh. There are a lot of videos like this, but sometimes you can't tell if it's the artifact of the video. But there's too many of these that it just they're here. Of course, they walk among us, but I guess we're not ready. It's kind of funny. I have the Simpsons clip: "Foolish Earthlings, frightened of a creature that doesn't exist." Ha 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 ha. Kind of funny. Oh, if you're curious, always got to throw this out. First question is, hey, why don't they just stand still so you can record them? Well, they got thousands of IQ points above you. I don't know. Go ask them. They're not going to do that. By the way, a lot of people have tried to record stuff. They have missing time. Their phone's wiped. It literally gets blank. There's a video, friends. Someone got the camcorder at home and they're recording and then it skips. Yeah, so the cam skips. It goes from like, it goes from 1:17 a.m. and then the next thing is like 1:23. Yeah, there's like these 6 minutes. But it's funny, they're only gone for 6 minutes, right? Because I think they're recording, and obviously UFO ships getting with someone in their backyard or something like that. But 6 minutes, but to them, they're like, man, it felt like I was gone for like 8 hours. Yeah, so it's just technology beyond that comprehension. I mean, just like if we go back 500 years ago to the Middle Ages and everyone's literally just having potato farms and you show them a phone. Let's say you and I went back and I'm like, hey, I can talk to people telepathically. And you just get your phone in the hand. You're like, yeah. Want to get pizza tonight? Sure. He's thinking about pizza. Right, so just roll this forward. That's what we get. So yeah, I'm going to let Josh continue as well, friends. Remember, Tiffany Gomas, that MF guy is not real. So there are many stories of UFO stuff. The lizard people, I was like, really? The lizard people? Nah, there's no way. You tell me, man. Do you know how many stories? And like I said, friends, I tell you this all the time. How come they never see a Pokeball? Why isn't it a rhinoceros? Why isn't it a giant cat? Why isn't it a clown? How come it's not like your mum and your dad? How come we don't see reports of everyone saying, oh my gosh, someone's shapeshifted into mum? No one ever does that. Some people might joke about their mother-in-laws, right? So how come it's never that? It's never like items and images you see in your head as a child up to adulthood every day. It's always 7-foot reptilian. From Josh's earlier video as well, there's this Christian family from Nevada. They went camping in the woods and they found this little summoning circle of people and they summoned a reptilian that came and just appeared. It was 7 foot, and then they looked at it and then the reptilian pointed to them in this story. I've covered it for you. And yeah, pretty much they looked behind them, reptilian was there. And it basically just looked at him and then basically said, hey, I'm not going to do anything. Just get out. Okay. And there's this Christian family. They don't believe in UFOs or anything at all. They were driving. It was in the 80s. This happened in the 80s. They were listening on the radio. Someone said reptilian thing. So they didn't understand what the hell, because there's no internet and stuff back then. They're like, reptilian thing? Oh, that's what that thing was. That really scared stuff. They were scared out of their minds. They ran out. Yeah, man. I mean, but look, here's the thing. She's never hinted reptilian stuff at all. Tiffany Gomas, but let's have a word from Joshy Boo here.
For these clips, I actually found her on a podcast, and she said she's clearly seen something that's freaked her the hell out.
Stop the plane! Stop the plane! Stop the plane! Not going to. Not going to. Nope. No. What's going on? Stop it. Stop it. No. I need to get off this plane right now. I need to get the off this plane. See what happens. See what happens after this. See what happens.
Where's your bag? Is your bag still over there?
See what the happens after
She has a bag under her belt.
I don't even give a about my
License verified, disarm door, standby for all call.
I need to know where she's originally supposed to be.
Wow.
I'm a licensed attorney, so just be careful. I'm a licensed attorney.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Oh.
So what do you reckon? Just a figure of speech? She was just...
That's intense, man. That's not, I don't think that's an episode, friends. That's not an anxiety like, oh, I'm scared. That's like, by the way, you got to think, how would a person who's like, just Tiffany, right? She's probably worried about how many Instagram likes she has. Half of her messages are people just want to see her feet. She's not getting sent videos of, you know, what really is Earth, right? Is Earth ours? No. Non-human intelligence. Look at these evidence of UFOs, ancient history. Look at the Nagas. Look at Praveen Mohan's video. She's not watching that. There's no terminology. The lexicon, which is like the brain, the words in her head, you know, the LLM, large language model. There's nothing. She goes, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, she probably didn't watch, you know, the South Park reptilian lizard people stuff out here. There's no fun terms and things to even think about. So she's probably thinking like, what the hell is that? But they do shapeshift. Man, this is wild, man. It's always it's always like a 7, 8 foot. Why are you always, and they're always doing this shape-shifting stuff, right? You know what, friends? Well, with the lizard people, I never took it. I never really like bothered the years and years ago. I was like, nah. I was like, it just skipped over my hand, okay? But then there was one story from one of the most respected UFO researchers, Dickie Dolan. Now, Richard Dolan, I'll call him Dickie for short. Dickie Dolan, he told this one story. So obviously, he's recently read a book about all like those 300 plus sightings of USOs, which is underwater underwater UFOs, right? He's been researching this for like 30 years, man. He's amazing. Richard Dolan is amazing. Watch his YouTube channel. I'll just show it to you now. So right here, this is Richard Dolan, Intelligent Disclosure. This is one of his latest videos. Are we really making the Tic Tac UFO? So he does a lot of great work. So there's one story from Richie. Oh, I thought, I better. Really? I was like speechless. Okay, so we told a story. It's always a story, right? But we don't have the friends. We don't. You gotta remember, man. They manipulate space-time, man. You're like, oh, let me go snap a picture. You understand? They push a button, whatever the hell they're doing. They freeze time, okay? And they disappear before you grab. So in our world, it looks like everything's moving normal. I'm going to go grab my phone. You grab your phone, they're gone, okay? Because they've been able to slow time and stuff. So Friends, literally, it's just like you're in your car. Let's say, you ever see, perfect example, right? You ever see those guys riding the boats in the swamps and there's alligators? You ever see that, friends? Imagine you're an alligator, all right? And all you can do is you talk to your other alligator friends, right? And you go, oh man, I had a mad sick meal. I was about to have lunch. It was a boat full of, he didn't have the word boat. I saw a lot of people and they're just gliding on the water. So to the alligator, look at this alligator. This guy's high off his mind, right? You can see it right here. See this alligator? He's looking at these people. He's like, how are you standing on water? First thing. And then he comes to go chomp them and they just zip off. Every time he gets close. It's like us grabbing the phone. Okay, it's just another next level higher. And every time we come to grab the phone or the camera, they zip off. Okay? So Richard Dolan said this story. There was one lady, she was in her office. I think she was in her office and she's like, no UFOs, doesn't believe in anything, living her life. And she told him, she goes, look, man, this really, I got to tell you this thing that happened. I was in the office and I had a meeting with my boss. And then I turned around. I opened the door. And then I turned around to say bye. And he was a giant crocodile. He was like this reptilian crocodile. Okay? And she said, I turned around, I looked, and because I was on the way out, and she goes, it was literally when like the 15th floor of this building in the city, and she goes, I just saw this giant crocodile, and I was like, okay, bye, and I just literally just went out. And she says she never told anybody until she found him. He talks about UFOs and stuff like that. She goes, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm never gonna tell anyone this because man, I'll get ostracized to hell. You know. Now we're like, oh yeah, some sort of manipulation technology and stuff is definitely happening out here. So this is Richard Dolan talking about these Tic Tac UFOs. This is where it gets, we're blending a lot of stuff. So they do walk among us, but there's a lot of government PsyOps because whenever something maybe gets a bit too hot, government comes in. And some of my friends is actually the non-human intelligence themselves dressed as the government, and they basically calm you down. There's that Men in Black story. You know, there is. This is actually very, very common. Friends, the movie Men in Black from Will Smith. I didn't even think about it. I didn't really like it as a kid. I never even watched it really. I didn't give a crap about it. Now I'm really interested because I discover, wait a minute. This is based off real life. What? I just thought it was just some guy, some crackhead director writing about stuff. So what actually has happened, every time someone saw a UFO or an alien, they would always get visited by these Men in Black. And I'm actually going to show you, we have here the only known picture of them from a reception hotel cam. They actually walked in. And this is what they look like. They drew the face. This guy, this is the guy who drew him, all right? So Men in Black counters, right? They happen to two types of people. Those who see a UFO and those who are researching. So it's basically their cleanup team. It's funny. They send two dudes in black. They come in and yeah, it's very common. You know, friends, it happened all around the world, UK, Australia, America. This is the crazy part. They come in and they sit you down. There's been stories that they rock up the middle of the night at home. There was one story as well. One guy said it was pouring outside the restaurant. So he saw, this was, I believe, shout out to everybody in Ireland. I believe it was one of the Irish stories. This guy was he was he's working in a pub and he was a chef. Okay. And he goes, one of his friends, he took the photo of a UFO. If I think I'll find it. I'm not sure exactly which one. It might be this one. It might be it's one of these photos here. Okay, I know there's a lot of like freaking of the AI generated stuff, but one of these photos was taken in Ireland. I actually typed in Ireland to find it. All right. And it might have been one of these, something like that. Okay, he took, there you go, the Irish star, huge diamond. There you go, I think this is it. And there was a plane flying behind it. Okay. Now, this is the thing, right? You know this plane? This plane, it might be a UFO itself because that's what they can do. They project hologram image. Very advanced technology, right? But I think what ends up happening is I think they tried to find the flight path of that plane on that day and contact the pilot. But I'm not sure if we ever got a follow-up on that because this could have been just a UFO itself. But this is what happens. Right now, they don't have planes, friends. They have Black Hawk helicopters. So you always say whenever there's a UFO, there's a Black Hawk helicopter around it. But we don't know if it's, it's the government working with them or it's them projecting the hologram image. Or it's maybe Mr. Alien dudes trying to calm us down, going like, oh, don't worry, there's a helicopter next to it. They're on top of it. You don't have to worry, Thousands of possibilities just to basically get us not to look. But this guy, the guy who took this photo, he was working at the pub. It's an Irish pub, and I believe he passed away. Okay, I don't think it was suspicious though. I think he actually did pass away. But his friend, he's working in the kitchen with him. He was also a chef. He said that when this guy took the photo and he reported it, he goes, it was one day, it was pouring rain like hell outside. And there were these two dudes, men in black. They came out. I think they came in a car or something. It's always this black unmarked car. They come out and they're just literally just waiting for him. They were literally just standing outside waiting in the rain. And they brought him. Now, this is the weirdest part, I think. I think what happened is they basically spoke to him outside. They went inside there and they have to speak to us outside. And they did. And they spoke for a few minutes. And then his friend, who was the other chef, said, this guy's life, he was frightened from that moment on. He goes, he was never, ever, ever the same. He goes, he was scared beyond his imagination. He was scared. He wouldn't talk to anybody after that. He might have maybe ended up in a depression or something after that. I forgot what this, but it's a similar story. Once again, these men in black dudes come out. This is the only known photo, actually, that they come in. And obviously what it is probably non-human intelligence. They've done some sort of camouflaging things out here to come out. They come and talk to you. There have been many reports where what they do is they come in and they basically say, you didn't see anything. Aliens don't exist. You didn't see anything. That's what they basically try to reaffirm you. And this is so common. Literally every country, UK, Australia, Canada, it's the same stuff. But it's not just men in black as well. It's their own army military, right? So, I mean, like, friends, you got to think about it. It's so easy to control your own military because, like, you could have, like, a little soldier grunt and go, hey, go and tell these people they didn't see anything. And the soldier grunt thinks that, oh, it was our own UFO stuff. It was our own, advanced military technology. And we just got to tell people that it's top secret. So you can't tell them it's top secret. You just got to say you didn't see anything, right? But you never know. Maybe some of the times they're covering up for Mr. Aliens themselves. Speaking about aliens walking among us, here is a video of Vitalik. That's why we're over here in the crypto channel, friends. We love crypto. All about crypto here. Alien SuperCycle. Look, a lot of these things, they're out there. I don't think they're all separate. I think they're all connected somehow. We just don't know how to connect them. There's a lot of people who claim they do. You probably don't know anything. You're just as clueless as retardio as me. Did you know, Vance? Look at this. I'm just going to throw more stuff. Look at this shit, dude. Look at this, Vance. This is a Coconut Intelligence Agency contractor has been exposed for child, look at that word, child lollipop trafficking at the airport. Look at this. Look at this.
You said that you were on vacation and now you're moving this small child to the airport. I thought you were on vacation.
Look at this. Look at this. Fans, this whole video. Look at this.
Ma'am, I thought you were on vacation. What happened to that? Do you have any comment about children that have gone missing that you've helped to escort across the country?
So through Mexico airport, this is a Coconut Intelligence Agency person working for American, the CI Apple. And guess what? They don't get checked at the airport. They don't get checked at the airport, bro. You're just walking around with this kid that's not even yours. You get to walk through the airport. And look, friends, in this video, he goes and he checks. Look, he checks the guards. He goes, look, did you check their IDs?
Their IDs even just checked. Who checked their IDs? I didn't see any ID check just there. There was no ID check.
Silent.
Why weren't their IDs checked? If I was going to go here...
I can't talk to you about that.
I can't talk to... Bro, we're literally watching child trafficking at the airport. No IDs checked. A US government employee is escorting a freaking child through the airport. I'm telling you, it's a Red Pill SuperCycle, friends. It's literally right here, man. Like, it's right here. We're watching it right now. Man, if you're a blue pill, cucked, God help you. I don't know how you're going to react in the next 10 years, man. You got a lot to process. Aliens are real. They walk among us. Earth's older than you think, but also we don't own Earth. We are manipulated and controlled. It's kind of weird because we get free will, but also it's like you get to choose heads or tails, but you don't get to control the coin. So like, what word do we have for that? We don't really know. There's brain stuff out there in our food, right? And some biological kind of like researchers think that they're making the internet of bodies. That's part of the vaccine and stuff as well, just to let you know, friends. So basically, I wanted to find out answers. Go, hey, what are they actually doing when they spray that stuff? And then they're making the internet of bodies. It's pretty much what's internet of bodies. If you look it up, the internet of bodies is the term that the World Economic Forum have made to basically tame you and me so you don't flip out at what it is. So what's internet of bodies? You can look it up on the internet. It's where they're throwing in chemicals and stuff piece by piece into our DNA over time that prepares you and me for this like Neuralink human robot AI connection thing over the next, I don't know how many years. Go ask them. They're not going to talk to you, right? First, they'll deny it, even though it's on the internet, okay? You can go look it up. In fact, funny thing, friends, Internet of Bodies, they've already paid, they already control. The Internet of Bodies, Forbes, look, they've been talking about this for years. What is the Internet of Bodies and how is it changing our world? You can see it right here, Internet of Bodies 2019, there's a paywall there. So I've got a nice quick summary here. Actually, what it says is, what is the Internet of Bodies? It is, look at this. It's about using the human body as the latest data platform. At first, this seems creepy, but when you realize the possibilities it creates, it's exciting. This was in 2019. This was before the zombie virus. They were preparing us. And it works, by the way. It works. Look at this. December 2019. Zombie virus hadn't exploded yet. They're already telling you the Internet of Bodies. It's going to be okay. Phase 1. Boom. Zubat has sex with a Pokeball, makes a world zombie virus. Here's the vaccine. What's in it? Obviously, there's a lot of controversy in the blood clots and stuff out here. But yeah, that's what it all is. And also the spraying of all the food, that's what they're doing. They are, I guess, like, think about it like this. Maybe there's 100 things they got to change in our DNA slowly. Maybe they spray something 1 year. It's like item 1. The vaccine maybe was like item number 2, number 3. Next year is going to be like item 4 and 5 in some weird stuff. Then they plant something in Antarctic water. It spreads to the earth, item 6. You know what I mean? And then they spray something in the sky, weather changing and seeding stuff. So it comes in the rain. There you go, number 7, number 8. And I guess you just like run that up over time. Eventually, I guess we are ready. You know? I'm just saying, man, if you're a blue pill cuck, I just don't know how you're going to react. He's just welcome. I don't know. Welcome to the Matrix. So, look, we're dealing with that. And then concurrently we have, like, I've just showed you, like, we're literally watching a kid getting child trafficked through the next, like, man. But look, somehow it all connects. Don't know what it's for. I got to take a clear pill approach. Like, we can't do anything about it. Like, what are you honestly going to do when these things can bend space-time? You literally can't do anything, okay? The reptilian, humanoid, lizard people, the conspiracy theories is that it's always evil and demonic. It's always that, which is interesting. I've never heard a single good thing come about them. Never. It's always been bad, but we have to be open. Is it just because you and we don't like snakes and reptiles themselves, just because it's then as apes, we don't like that, so that we see them as always negative? You know, it's kind of like with species friends, the cuter the animal species is, the higher the odds that will fund it to not get extinct. Right? If you're like a little ugly rodent rat, you're like, oh, well, you're going extinct, But if you're a cute little fluffy woolly mammoth thing that we can save out there in the world, the cuter they are, like tigers and stuff, oh, they're nice to hug and they're cute, we'll save them, right? But what's the difference between them? Oh, because like we think one thing's cuter and the other thing isn't, right? So is it a case of that? Maybe. But it also doesn't help when the R-child family, they're all obsessed with bloodlines. And then you have Jeffrey Epstein, and there's that lady, friends. I've shown you that lady as well with Jeffrey Epstein, where she was unfortunately a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. And she literally said, when the guy was literally orgasming, she said his head turned in some reptilian shape-shifting thing. Now, we don't know if it's trauma or anything out here, but it's just weird. I'm like, oh my God, once again, a reptilian shape-shifting thing. Why didn't she see an elephant? Why didn't she say, oh, his head turned into a giant bear? Or his head turned into a giant lollipop. It's never that. It's always the reptile thing. So you slap all of that together with Tiffany Gomas and all that stuff out here. All these things pointing out through, continuing. All right. I still say it is what it is. Can't do anything. Okay. I think it's the best approach to have. It's a red pill supercycle though, man. Friends, I see stuff like this, man. I can't believe we're literally watching a kid getting trafficked at the airport. But she just get ID checked. How do you walk through an airport with no ID? Oh, well, just random lady, random kid. They're going to have to load the next distraction. And I hope for all of us, it's one big, fat, giant crypto pump. Like, subscribe, Betty Butter and all. Catch you in the next one.